All right, it's day after, actually the entire season. This was our last event for the year with the Pro Bass Tour, and somehow or another, by the grace of God, I came out on top. We're here today on Lake Butamore, and we're gonna go out today and see if we can't show y'all a few of the things that worked and kind of what I was looking for. Basically, what I was doing more or less was fishing these, hard bank areas, whether it was willows or seawalls, or you can obviously see here this is just a man-made rock dike. Just throwing a crawfish colored crankbait. I know a lot of people wouldn't think that this time of the year, you throw a shad color or something like that, but I caught some fish in practice that had real pretty bright, vivid crawfish kind of sticking out, little pincers sticking out. So I tied on a red bait. It just really seemed like they just keyed on that better. When I'd find an area that had some fish, I might fish it 2 or 3 times in the course of a day, and it seemed like these fish would kind of move around. This is a Black Label CBS1. This is actually a crankbait that I actually hand build. It's a balsa bait, and I sell them on my website. But this is what I do during the off season. A lot of people ask me, how'd you enjoy your off season? Well, I spend my off season carving and painting balsa crankbaits for all you balsa nuts like me left in the world. I'd crank the balsa bait, and then I'd come back and make a pass with the plastic bait made by Jackal or the Black Label. There's one right there. There we go. And that's how we did it right there. Just slow cranking that little balsa bait along. Beautiful fish. If you catch fish that have those pretty black spots, typically you've got a body of water with a good population of fish. I caught some of my fish as well this week on a V&M Pulse swim jig with a V&M Wild Crawl Junior trailer. I threw that bait on a 736 TFO pacemaker rod, same Savage Gear finesse reel. So basically with the swim jig, all I was doing was just covering these little hard areas, anything I could find that had a hard surface. Most of it was rock. So basically the flipping bite for me this week, pretty much all shade. I was really focusing on anything that was shallow that would create shade. Willows, like this row of willows right here in front of me, and also some boat docks. The willow tree deal for me, I think was, really better because we did have a mayfly hatch this week. And I think that drew a bunch of fish to the willow trees. Moving along fairly quickly and just hitting the high spots anywhere that some branches kind of made a fork or an area that I felt like was a high percentage area. We'll get us out of flat wide. I only got 3 left. Taking and putting a little bit of chartreuse dye on it. TFO Pacemaker Signature Series rod, the 767, which is my flipping stick. I've got 20-pound test high seas fluorocarbon with an elite tungsten bobber stopper and a 1/4 ounce elite tungsten weight, a straight shank 5/0 Mustad grip pin flipping hook. One of the other key baits for me this week, I caught quite a few of my fish on the new Jackal Yami fish. This is a 3-inch Yami fish. The color I was using was green pumpkin fish, which is pretty neat. It's kind of a green pumpkin that kind of blends into like a faded watermelon type tail. And I was rigging it on a Boss screw cap head. You just take this bait and just thread it up on the head. Okay, so we've got through everything that got me through the first 3 days. And then MLF decided it would be a great idea to take us 50 miles down the road to Green Lake. Totally different lake. Everything I caught here was shallow, stained water. I get over there, it's like an aquarium over there. You can see 20 foot deep, but it's full of great big smallmouth. And I figured that out real quick. Pretty brown son of a gun. Come here. All right, that's a start. Stopped on a deal and was using my live scope to look at those fish and catch them with a drop shot. And my bait of choice was a crosstail shad. But there's something about this bait that smallmouth absolutely are nuts for. A 15-pound test high seas braid spliced to 6-pound test high seas fluorocarbon leader with a 6103 TFO pacemaker spinning rod. But then yesterday, by the time I got that going, the conditions changed. We had a huge system of rain come through. But after that weather delay, we had humongous winds blow, and I picked up this Jackal 110 rearrange and got out in the wind and just covered water. And well, the rest is history. This was my primary bait yesterday. This is what I caught the vast majority of my fish on.
That's how you get there.
Savage Gear finesse reel, a pacemaker 704 rod, which is the same rod I threw my square bills on. The only difference is I use 12-pound test line for this instead of 15. I don't guess I really have the correct words to put into it, what it means to win this tournament. It's something I'm very proud of, and it's something I'm very thankful for. I've had a lot of fun up here. Thankful for the good Lord letting me win. I've enjoyed my time. We'll see y'all next year on MLF.
Yes! Woo! Thank you, Lord. Man, what a day.